Hello everyone, thank you for coming, and welcome to the debut showing of Something I Love and How It Can Be Converted into Advice for Middle Schoolers, the Movie, by Joseph Caesar. There is nothing I love to do more than play games. Well, except for hanging out with my girlfriend Shannon, but you get the idea. To me, video games are an incredible combination of almost every art form, and are littered with important morals and information, with the goal of total immersion, and hopefully victory, but it's never a sure thing. Role-playing games specifically, I think, will one day be considered great works of literature produced by the 21st century. They express prolific ideas and are concerned with morality, and what it means to be human, or even alive. In a Huffington Post article, game designer Dr. Jane McGonigal said, "The single biggest misconception about games is that they are an escapist waste of time." Now don't get me wrong, games can be a waste of time, but they can also foster many useful traits. Firstly, whenever a player learns a new game, they are thrust into an unfamiliar environment that is governed by unfamiliar rules that the player must adapt to. You have to think quickly and react in just the right way to get the result you desire. This is a lot like middle school, because you are in a new place, both externally and internally, and you don't have a lot of time to make decisions that seem, and in many cases are, very important. Not only are your social relationships more complex, but your body is also changing rapidly, and it can be disorienting, just like starting a new game. Anyone who has started a new game knows that anytime you start a new game, you will fail. A lot. Like a lot. No, really, like over and over again. Sometimes you just want to rage and throw your controller, or maybe your little brother, across the room. Failure is no stranger to any gamer. In fact, it happens far more than success. As a gamer, you learn to see failure as an opportunity for growth, and you persevere. This is a much needed tendency if one is to survive middle school, or even survive teaching middle school. Failure in middle school is a 100% guarantee, just like in games. Many contemporary games are player versus player oriented and foster a community of collaboration. Games like League of Legends, Overwatch, and many more simulate what it is like to work with total strangers to achieve a common goal. The player learns to deal with criticisms of their failures in a way single-player games don't provide. Middle school is not a single-player game. There are many players, and someone will be watching and expecting you to perform, and it pushes you. In middle school, even if everyone isn't watching you, and someone is always watching, it still feels like it. You will likely fail, and you will likely be criticized for it, but it is important that you persevere. The best advice I can give to middle schoolers is the same advice I received from the archetypal sage, Auron, in Final Fantasy X. This is it. This is your story, and it all begins here. You can't let challenges stop you from playing out your story. Your story has experienced many failures, and there are many more to come. But each time a challenge bests you, show up the next day to face it again and again, and on one of those days, victory will be yours by sheer force of will.